Hello and welcome, truth seekers and curious minds. Today, we're diving into a book that bridges ancient wisdom with modern science. It's called Why Buddhism is True by Robert Wright. Now, before you raise an eyebrow at that title, let me assure you, we're not here to convert anyone. Instead, we're exploring how Buddhist insights align with contemporary psychology and neuroscience. Are you ready to challenge your perception of reality? Great, let's begin. First, let's address that bold title. When Wright says Buddhism is true, he's not talking about supernatural elements or cultural traditions. He's focusing on Buddhism's core insights into human psychology and its practical applications for reducing suffering. We're dealing with secular Buddhism here, with a spotlight on mindfulness meditation. Now, I want you to reflect on this question. Have you ever felt that your mind is somehow working against you? Maybe you've experienced persistent anxiety, a nagging sense of dissatisfaction, or found yourself stuck in unhelpful patterns. If you're nodding along, you're not alone, and Buddhism might have some fascinating insights for you. Wright's central argument is that our minds evolved primarily for genetic proliferation, not for seeing the world clearly or making us happy. This evolutionary legacy leaves us with what he calls delusions, distorted ways of perceiving ourselves and the world. Let's break down some of these delusions. The delusion of essences. We tend to see things, including ourselves, as having fixed, unchanging essences. For example, you might think, I'm just an anxious person, or she's always selfish. But Buddhism teaches that everything is in constant flux. There's no fixed you or them. Here's a question for you. Can you think of a label you've given yourself or someone else that you've treated as a fixed trait? How might your interactions change if you saw that trait as fluid and changeable? The hedonic treadmill. This is the idea that we're wired to always want more. You get the job, the relationship, the house you've been dreaming of, and after a brief period of satisfaction, you're back to wanting something else. Sound familiar? Cognitive biases. Our minds are full of shortcuts that often lead us astray. We see what we expect to see, remember things that confirm our existing beliefs, and overlook information that challenges our worldview. Wright argues that these biases can cause a lot of suffering in our lives. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so our minds play tricks on us. What can we do about it? This is where meditation comes in. Wright argues that mindfulness meditation can help us see through these delusions. It allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Let's try a quick mindfulness exercise. If it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Take a deep breath and focus on the sensation of breathing. As thoughts come up, and they will, try to observe them without judgment. Just let them pass by like clouds in the sky. We'll do this for about 30 seconds. Welcome back. How did that feel? Did you notice how quickly your mind wanted to latch on to thoughts? That's completely normal. The point of mindfulness isn't to clear your mind of thoughts, but to change your relationship with them. Wright suggests that regular meditation practice can lead to profound insights that align with core Buddhist concepts. Non-self, the idea that there isn't a fixed, unchanging you at the core of your being. Instead, you're a collection of ever-changing processes. Emptiness, the understanding that things don't have inherent essences or meaning. We project meaning onto the world. Impermanence, the recognition that everything is constantly changing. Nothing lasts forever, neither good times nor bad times. These insights, Wright argues, align remarkably well with modern scientific understanding of the mind and reality. But Buddhism isn't just about understanding, it's about reducing suffering. Wright proposes that by seeing through our delusions, we can reduce anxiety and stress, improve relationships, increase overall well-being, develop more compassion for ourselves and others. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great in theory, but is it really possible to change such fundamental aspects of how we perceive the world? Wright would say yes, but it takes practice. Meditation is like exercise for your mind. The more you do it, the stronger and more flexible your mind becomes. Here's a challenge for you. Try a short meditation practice every day for the next 2 weeks. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes. Pay attention to how it affects your mood, your reactions to daily events, and your overall sense of well-being. Remember, the goal of meditation isn't to stop thinking or to always be calm. It's to see your thoughts and feelings more clearly without being controlled by them. It's about developing a new relationship with your mind. As we wrap up, consider this. What if many of your struggles come not from external circumstances, but from fighting against reality as it is? What if you could reduce your suffering not by changing the world, but by seeing it more clearly? Why Buddhism is True suggests that ancient Buddhist insights, combined with modern scientific understanding, can offer a path to a more fulfilling life. It's not about believing in anything supernatural, but about training your mind to see reality more clearly and to respond to life's challenges with greater equanimity. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of why Buddhism is true. I hope these ideas have given you something to ponder and perhaps a new tool to try in your quest for understanding and well-being. Until next time, stay curious, be kind to yourself, and remember, your mind is a powerful tool, but it doesn't always tell you the truth. The real magic happens when you learn to see beyond its tricks.